This is a video for the newsletter subscribers only. I'm just following up on that accumulation video, and there will be much more at the roundtable. But these are some stocks that I selected which are showing accumulation, and you can see that in these three columns that they are passing the three requirements that are in the filter. AD direction is up, the percent AD velocity is up, and the AD velocity direction is up, and they all have an AD of C or better. So these are some that I picked up today. You can see that the market, while the market opened 11 minutes ago, I don't have an update on these yet, but I did put them into Thinkorswim. So I'm going to minimize this, and here they are here, and they were all up at the open, every one of them, and you can see that some of them have backed off now. Here's the percent change, but more importantly, here's the percentage daily range, and you can see that some of these are trading at the bottom of their range. Now every one of these stocks, as I showed you a few minutes ago, was showing accumulation. This market is still strong. The futures are very strong. The Dow's up, the Nasdaq's up quite a bit, and it's too early to really tell what's going on. But I'm just going to track these for a while, and we'll come back, and I'll go ahead and pause this video and come back and check on these in maybe 20 minutes or so. Okay, the markets have been open for a little over, well, 25 minutes now. So this is a print. You can see that I didn't catch it quite at the 15-minute delay, which would have been the opening prices. But every one of these stocks, and this percentage price change, were positive at the open. Only NPTN is showing nearly a 1% loss at this point. Now let's go straight to Thinkorswim, which would be real time, and let's see how these stocks are doing. And if I sort on percentage price change here, you can see that a lot of these stocks that were up early are down. And this is a problem with chasing stocks at the open on, or a strong open. Stocks that you discover over the weekend or overnight. You really have to wait and see what's going on. Look down here in my Thinkorswim platform. These are the ticks, comparative ticks on the Nasdaq, the Russell 2000, the NYSE, and the S&P 500. The S&P 500 has gone negative below the zero line. So even though the futures, the ES futures, the E-minis are still up over 1%, 1%, there is some deterioration in the market. I said in the my daily OneNote report today that more than likely we're going to see a lot of volatility, considering the volatility we've seen in oil and bonds and the S&Ps. So it just doesn't make sense to change these things out of the gate. Let them settle down. Now you can see that some of these stocks are doing quite well. If I sort on daily range again, let me see if I can get that to work. YY in particular, if you look over here, after this climax, this selling climax on very heavy volume, it was up on Friday and it gapped up again today. And let's see, the earnings were back here, 65.3 actual. So there haven't been any earnings recently. This was just a massive sell-off, and buyers came back into it. You can see the stopping volume here. Great example of stopping volume. Huge volume, closed in the upper part of its range. The next day it opened about there and went up, and then it gapped up again today. Yeah, it's tough to take any of these trades, undoubtedly. But what you want to do is you want to learn to read the charts, and these VPA signals, both in HGSI and in Thinkorswim, really do help understand help a person to understand what is happening within a stock, an index, an ETF. Price and volume are all important. Notice that I don't have any other indicators on my charts anymore. Okay, now let's. I'm going to just take a quick look here, and here are the E-minis, the E /ES, and they have been trading all over the place this morning. This is a 1-minute chart. Here's since the market opened right here. You can see the tremendous volume coming in, and then it backed up. I want to point out here there was this big move up, this big candle on the 1-minute chart, but notice that the volume was really not that strong on this widespread candle. Yes, it was higher than the previous volume, but it certainly didn't support that big a move. And then it got up here and it stalled, and it's been coming down since. It's up 1850. So a lot of volatility. We're seeing that. Here's probably a better, maybe not a better, but a good way to look at it. Here's the daily chart. You can see the gap opening from here to here. Now this is the E-mini chart. Remember, we were closed yesterday. A lot of the world markets, or most of them, were open. So it gapped overnight when the futures opened to this point, traded up to here, and now we're getting, this signal in here is a weakness on no demand. And that's almost a shooting star candle. Lots of volume already. Compared to this candle right here, look at the volume already. This was 212. This was Friday. If you look down at the bottom, you'll see that was Friday's volume. This is our volume already today on 216. So it and the S&P E-minis continue to fall. In my morning report, I said to be careful, and this is exactly why. I don't know, obviously, what the market's going to do. Nobody does. All these people that bought into this, all these traders thought it was going to go up. Didn't happen. Just have to let it settle out. Now I'm going to go back and just take a look at these again, and you can see that more and more of these that were up sharply at the beginning, the stocks under accumulation, there's a lot, well, about 6 or 7 of them that are now red. But I like to look at the percent of the daily range, because that shows me how far off, how far the stocks have fallen off of their daily ranges, and some of them are trading at the bottom. Shake Shack and IBP. Let's take a look at Shake, and then I'll shut this video down. But you can see what's happened to it on a 1-minute chart. Had a gap opening right here. Here's the open after a test for supply, and now it's coming down. And this is just a result of what's happening with the market. Had the S&P E-minis continued up, then these stocks probably would still be up also. Now some of these are turning. Let's take one more look at the E-minis. There's support right here. You can see it's bouncing off a very short-term support. There was a test, and we'll see what happens from here. Thanks for listening. This is just a little bonus video I want to share with newsletter subscribers, showing some stocks that I saw under accumulation, and you can see the tremendous effect of the market on these stocks. They all look great at the open, but not so great now. One last look over here. I'll do an F5 up, and you can see 15 minutes ago most of them were still very positive. Thanks for listening.